Imagine these EA games on a console with content, gameplay, and community that can be extended to mobile, social networks, as well as the web. Over the past months, we've been telling our employees and consumers that EA is undergoing a transformation. We're changing games from the thing that you buy to a place that you go. Nintendo's next console is truly transformational as well. A better platform than we've ever been offered by Nintendo, deeper online capability, and all of it driven by an unprecedented partnership between Nintendo and Electronic Arts. Thank you. We can't wait to see EA games on this new system.
Thank you, John. I want to conclude this morning by asking you to consider 4 platforms: Nintendo DS, Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Wii U. Think about what they represent together. Each of these platforms is unique, but they share a common pedigree. It's called innovation. The 2 screens and touchscreen of Nintendo DS changed gaming. The motion control of Wii changed gaming. Last year, in this theater, you found out that glasses-free 3D could change gaming. And now, there is Wii U. This week, you'll have the chance to hold Wii U's new controller in your hands and find out what happens when a second window opens to your game world. Our presentation this morning is just the beginning. And the experience continues right now, whether you're here in the Nokia Theater or watching online. If you're here on site, hands-on begins with those key new Nintendo 3DS games as soon as you walk out the doors behind you and outside to the same tables where you checked in. It's a special chance to get a jump start on the show. When you're over at the convention center, there's also hands-on with 8 Wii U experiences, as well as a celebration of Zelda, the 25th anniversary celebration of Zelda. And for all of you who've been watching online, first of all, thanks for joining us. And secondly, consider this. This year, the Nintendo Network is back at E3, and it's even better. Our crews will be waiting in the line so you won't have to. And here's what they'll bring you: daily updates, exclusive content for game fans around the world, interviews with key developers, and an in-depth look at our revolutionary new controller for Wii U. On top of that, look for the newest game trailers and game guides for titles we announced today. It truly is material you won't see anywhere else. So please check back regularly at e3.nintendo.com. In short, at home or on site here in LA, you've got incredible new game worlds to explore this week. On behalf of all of us, thanks for your attention today, and let the exploration begin. Enjoy the show.
There you have it. The Nintendo Wii U has been revealed. Hey guys, it's Jeff Keighley back here live with Kotaku's Michael McWhirter. Lots of hype before the event. Did Nintendo come through? Well, Michael, we can now disclose that you and I actually got a chance to go hands-on with Wii U this weekend in a top-secret vault over at the E3 location. So there's the news on Wii U. What's your first impression? And I'll tell you what I think.
So my first impression when I saw it was I thought it was a great fit, a great middle ground between what Nintendo was doing with the Wii and what a lot of Nintendo fans were wanting them to do with the next generation device. Yeah. And that is deliver a really great, rich, high definition experience with traditional controls, but also retain that multiplayer experience that made the Wii so successful. Yeah, and it supports, multiple Wii remote controllers and Wii remotes and nunchucks, and it's
right. That chase game you can play with a Wii remote. You can hear the crowd behind us just starting to come out of the theater. They get to play a bunch of 3DS games behind us. The other thing, there's some interesting ones like that Shield game. Yeah, it's very cool what you can do with sort of the gyroscope inside of the controller and actually look around with that Shield game. They describe it with the pirate arrows. You actually sort of see pirates throwing arrows at you right in front, and you shake down the arrows, and then you actually have to move the controller to the left and right of the screen to create sort of a 360-degree screen around you.
It puts you in this virtual room that's just like very convincing, and it looks almost like a window into another world.
Right. It's real. You can see the crowd coming out here. They don't look that excited yet.
Not sprinting to the Wii U stations yet.
So I think the presentation as a whole, though, I thought it was great with what they did with Zelda and Miyamoto, but I'm not sure they've convinced people from a content perspective. There's going to be a lot of great stuff on Wii U. First party, they talked about Smash Brothers, nothing to show. Yeah. There's this weird sort of disparity, I think, in the graphics. When people see the first video, they're like, what is this? This looks like Mii's and, Wii games. Yeah. And then they show that bird demo, and there's a little clip of that Zelda piece that you and I actually got to see when we saw the demo. Yep. A much longer Zelda demo, which looked great. But you look at this, and people think, oh, this looks like Wii 2, and then they roll all this footage of third-party games, which looks to me like it was Xbox and PlayStation 3 footage.
Sure,
they're coming to Wii U, so I guess this is will support stuff like that, but I think some gamers are probably wondering, is this system going to be for them, or how is it going to be different? Are they really going to invest in a new console? You see Martin Tremblay from, when we were talking about Batman Arkham City, coming
was on.
Yeah, but Batman's coming, 6 to 8 months after it comes out on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, I think the thing that Nintendo has to do with a lot of those third-party games is make those exclusive very differentiated on their system.
Right.
And I think they can do that with the hardware. If you're, maybe not necessarily in terms of having a bunch of people with Wii remotes, like pointing and shooting at things while you're playing Batman Arkham City, but, if you can have a control interface or a menu interface or, some multiplayer unique component using that touchscreen, I think that could be really compelling for people who are considering one of 3 versions of a Call of Duty game or
That's a bold idea. It's a differentiator.
Yeah.
And I think obviously they've got the graphic horsepower. We've seen some of the footage here of the games they claim are coming to Wii U.
And something like Alien Colonial Marines, even though we're seeing that, that sensor on screen now, that could be something that you could see on the controller itself.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, there's lots of possibilities. I remember the VMU for Dreamcast, and people were experimenting with that stuff. And, people have talked about multiple screens. Some people on Twitter were saying, well, couldn't PS Vita do this with PS3 too?
Sure.
To some degree as well. It's got 2 analogs. You can connect that up. So it's like everyone's wowed by this, but PS Vita in front of a TV.
Nintendo or Sony has done streaming from the PlayStation 3 to the PSP, so they